Hello, my name's Mel, welcome to my world, and if you're new to my channel, I'm currently turning this, nearly said full transit. Hello, my name's Mel, welcome to my world, and if you're new to my channel, I'm currently turning this Mercedes Sprinter into a stealthy, off-grid, go anywhere, sleep anywhere, van with windows. Can't call it a camper anymore, according to DVLA. They've changed the way they operate, they've changed the rules, but it's not going to stop me from doing what I want to do. And all I can say to you guys is, don't let it stop you from doing what you want to do either. Don't be put off by it. But the DVLA is a bit of a sore subject, so I won't touch on that just yet. Right, so a little update. So I've removed all my wooden trim, as you can see, both sides, all gone. And the main reason for doing this at this stage is to check for rust. I wanted to make sure there was no rust down below in the usual places. There's a seam that runs along the edge of the van, which is hidden by that long plastic trim. And as you can see, there's a little bit of rust, but not as much as I expected. And what I've done, I've removed the rust, all the loose rust anyway, painted over my favourite crust and red oxide primer. I'll just show you what that looks like. So that's what it looks like there. It actually looks worse than it was. It wasn't quite as bad as I thought it was. Now, while I'm down here, I just want to talk about these plastic clips. Most people recommend you take that long plastic trim off the side of the van and glue those plastic trim clips back in, stopping them from leaking water into the van. And as you can see, if you look at these ones, there is no water leaking in, because on the other side of these clips there is actually a round plastic flange. It's it's shaped like a suction cup, and it goes against the side of the van and it stops water coming in. And as you can see, there's no water coming in there at all. But these ones, you can see there's a tiny little bits coming over the years, but they're doing their job. They are actually working. The main reason water gets inside the van, my theory anyway, so if you look at these ones as well, they're nice and dry, they don't actually leak, but the water does come in through this plastic, well, not plastic, it's like a paper sticker they put on, and then they paint over it. This is on the outside, as you can see there, look, that's actually a hole going into, I can actually feel a draft through there. I mean, that is terrible, that is. So to get me through the winter, what I'm going to do, or what I'm going to try and do to address this problem, is to put a bead of mastic along the top of that plastic trim. If I take you outside, I'll show you what I mean. Using this piece here, I can actually put a bead of mastic along the top of here to stop water running down and getting behind these panels. A little thin strip of mastic, and I reckon that'll do it. That'll take care of that problem. And then in the summer, I'll pull it all off and address that rust from outside. So if you want to see me do that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, that way you won't miss me sorting that drama out. But for now, I'm just going to leave it as it is, like I say, and seal it from the outside. And whilst I've got all this panel off, I'm going to put some gaffer tape, not gaffer tape, duct tape, over these big holes on the inside. I'm just going to put some gaffer tape over there. Then in the summer, I can address it properly from outside. I'll probably fiberglass it over or something just to block those holes up. But if any water does come in, it'll simply drain down and out through my seals anyway, because my drain holes are nice and clear, as you know if you watched my last video. So that's what I'm going to do with those. Also, this lower section, because the cupboards will be here anyway, I'm going to insulate this using just polystyrene. Because as we know, polystyrene is waterproof, right? So hopefully the water will just run off of it. It won't soak into the polystyrene like it would that plastic bottle insulation stuff. It will just simply run down, go through the channels, down this little gap down here, hopefully. I think that's where that gap leads anyway. It leads into the seals of the van, and then the water can simply drain off like it's supposed to. Now you may be asking, why bother? Why bother with all this? Why not just glue these plastic trim clips in like everybody else? Well, because for me, it doesn't make sense to glue these in, because as you can see, they actually do their job. They're working, they're doing what they're supposed to do. And not only that, if ever you do need to remove that long plastic strip to do body work, then you need to get these plastic trim clips out as well. And if you've glued them in, it's going to be a real pain to get them out again, because you need to take them out to reattach them to the plastic grey trim to put them back in. And most of the time they break as well when you do remove them. So yeah, gluing them back in, I think gluing them in, I personally think it's a bad idea. And yeah, good luck to anyone that has glued these in. So I really think that is a bad idea. You're better off, remember this is just my personal opinion, right? But I really think you're better off just putting a real thin bead of mastic along the top of that long grey trim. Just a real thin bead of mastic, just to put it along the top. And that should be enough to stop any water running in behind that and stop this from happening anyway. If you do need to remove that grey plastic trim, the mastic would simply just tear off. It's easy to clean off. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do anyway. If you don't agree with me, then please do leave a comment below. As always, I do like to see how you feel about this. You know, I'd enjoy reading your comments. I'm sure I'll get plenty. Right, so now on with the rest of it. The bulkhead is gone. The scrap man was happy to take that. Also, I'm going to be fitting, hopefully, a shelf above the cab. Now, before I fit the shelf, I need to take the headlining down because I don't think that's insulated. And I want to insulate that before I make it a permanent feature. So, yeah, I'm going to take all this down, insulate it all. And whilst it's down, I'm going to run some wires for my reversing camera. Now I'm going to fit a reversing camera, I don't know if you can see, up under there like that, right about there hopefully. And I'll have that on all the time, so it'll be more like a rear view mirror than a reversing camera. Now I've saved this bit of bulkhead because I want to use that as a template for when I make my overhead locker. But I still need to take that down anyway to sort out my headliner. So yeah, I think that's enough to do for one day. Oh, and while I'm in the back, you notice it's got these double seats. Now I've looked on eBay and the cheapest single seat I can find is around about £300. Now, it seems like a lot of money just for a seat for me. So what I'm going to try and do is actually cut this in half. I'm going to cut it down the back, just this back bit. I'll leave the base where it is because the base to these seats is separate. So and what have I got to lose at the end of the day? If I just cut that in half, I'll still be able to walk through, which is what I want. I want to be able to walk through into the living space. And I reckon, because our friends over in Europe all drive on this side, I reckon there's an abundance of driver's side seats which can be used as a passenger seat in this van over the continent. So I'm going to cut that in half for now. Then when I do go off on my jollies across Europe, every now and again I'll stop in a breakers yard, see if I can get myself a driver's seat to fit in the passenger side. A modification on the go, if you like. So that's the way I'm thinking anyway, that's what I'm thinking. I'm not paying £300 for a seat when, like I say, there's probably loads of them over across the water. Here comes my little friend to have a little inspection. I'll get told off if I don't feature this little buddy. Look, you know, she's on her nose. Paint's still a bit wet, so hope she's all right. Right, anyway, so I'm going to crack on, start taking the headlining down. Boy, am I glad I took that down. Look at that, there is a ton of room up there. There's a gap like that between this and the actual roof. So there's plenty of room for insulation. So now I'm going to get my favourite loft insulation, my plastic recycled bottles. I'm going to put a couple of sheets up there, and a bit down the sides as well, and that'll be that all nicely insulated. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with a vapour barrier, not for there anyway, because, well, just because I don't see much point, because that is going to be isolated from the rest of the van anyway. But I do want to insulate it just to try and help stop that heat coming into the overhead locker, which will then leak into the living space. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Right, so I'm going to go and get some loft insulation, glue it up there, and also run some cables for my reversing camera. Well, there you go, that was really simple. I simply cut it to length and glued it up, and now all I've got to do is put that back up there. But before I put this back up, I'm going to secure my bracket, and this bracket is for that monitor that's hanging down there. I've managed to poke the wires up. Now there is a plug on the end of that wire, but it's about that far away, so I've simply just threaded it up and poked it in that channel there, and the rest of the wires are hanging down on the side post, so I can easily access those through that bit of plastic trim. So all the connections will be behind that trim, so if later on I want to add cameras to that, I can, because all the camera cables are there, nice and easy to get to. So the bracket, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this piece of off-cut ply and sandwich it. See if I can open it up like that. Sandwich it there like that, so it's, then put screws through the bracket into this piece of ply. I'm going to do that before I put this headliner back into place. And this is quite strong, this headliner, it's really rigid, so I think that'll be plenty strong enough. Right, well the light is fading, so I'm just going to crack on and get this done. I'll get back to you when I've done all that. I want to do this before it gets dark. Well, I've finally been beaten by the light. It's got dark, so that's me done. I'm done for the day. Not only that, I'm starving as well. But there you go, it's all insulated. Looking at it, it doesn't look like I've done a lot, but in fact, I have. Now, I will say the most difficult thing was getting the sun visors back in, because they're on like a claw system. You have to kind of claw it in and get it in. I didn't film it because I wanted to get it done before it got dark. I just wanted to get this one job done this afternoon, and I've done that. I've got my camera mounted now. I've got my wires hanging there, all ready to be connected. That's going to have to wait for another day. But yeah, I'm quite pleased it's done. Yeah, like I say, the sun visors, that was pretty tricky, but if ever you do take one of these apart, you'll see, and it's the yeah, it's where the sun visors hinge. There's like these claws that go up inside the headliner. It's the best way I can explain it, but I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there. But yeah, I'm off now, that's it, I'm done. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. And don't forget, if you are new to my channel, please do consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. That way you won't miss me turning this Mercedes Sprinter into an off-grid, stealthy, go anywhere, sleep anywhere, van with windows and a bed. Thanks for watching, and ta-ra for now.